Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. I know it has been a while since I've been on this channel, but I am back. I will start uploading a little more regularly because I have a couple of readings that I want to get out, but I did want to wait until Spirit, gave me a message that I need to put out. So today's reading is going to be about the mother wound. It is a collective reading. We're going to be talking about what that mother wound could be, what are some things that you could do to heal it, and any other additional messages that Spirit might have for us, okay? Now, before we get started, it is helpful that you tap into your own energy, and one way I like to do this is by closing my eyes and taking a couple of deep breaths. So you want to inhale for 3, hold for 4, exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This method just helps you get more in tune with your energy. I recommend doing this at least 3 times. It really does calm down your mind and your nervous system. I would also say to ground your energy as well so that you are more open to the messages that Spirit may have for you, so that you can open yourself up to receive those messages, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in because I'm already getting a couple of channeled messages. So I am seeing someone who was... So before I say that, trigger warning, okay? I am seeing someone who was abused by a parent, specifically a father, and your mother did nothing. Like your mother knew about it, heard about it, whatever the case may be, and she did not do anything to stop it. For some of you, this is your mother abusing you. But when I try to say that, it feels light. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like there is some almost like grace that you've given for your mother, for her actions toward you. For others of you, this is you maybe getting older and understanding some of the things that you went through with your mother specifically, but there is a trauma that is still there, a trauma that has not been worked out. And it's dictating how you treat your children, it's dictating how you treat yourself, it's dictating how you treat your spouse. And that trauma has not fully healed, okay? For some of you, your energy is like kind of all over the place. I would suggest taking a couple of mindful deep breaths. You maybe have gotten headaches recently, so make sure that you ground your energy, make sure that you center yourself. For some of you, you may be going through, for some of you, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. For some of you, you maybe have watched your mother get abused, and you are living out that same pattern and you don't even realize it because maybe the abuse is different, or maybe you're saying to yourself, well, this person loves me, right? For others of you, this is you beating yourself up. You hear your mother's voice in your head beating you up. So you beat yourself up, right? And I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about you don't see yourself as, it could be something like your mama told you you were never going to be anything, or that you were never going to amount to anything, or that you're too fat or you're too skinny, whatever it is. It's like your mother's voice is playing on a loop in your head. And Spirit is trying to help you silence that voice, to understand your power, to understand who you are, to understand the fullness of your being, because your parents, whether mother or father, cannot dictate who you are in life, right? That comes from you, okay? Let's get a couple of messages. Let's tap into this mother energy. What mother wounds are you healing? Let's see what you get. Spirit, what mother wounds is the collective healing? I'm also hearing Spirit say that you need to be the hero in your own life, because no one is coming to save you. And I think the little girl in you or the little boy in you has been waiting for someone to come save you, and it hasn't happened. And that's because Spirit is saying they're not coming. They're not meant to save you. Okay, we have the the warning. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. Let's get 2 more cards and a bottom deck energy, please, Spirit. Can I get 2 more cards? Yeah, for some of you, this video is going to serve as a warning to you. For others of you, you've been getting warnings about something that's coming. And for some of you, this is your mother wound finally coming to the surface. Like, you can't hide it anymore. You're going to have to face it and deal with it. And this is your warning from Spirit about that. For some of you, you may have, I don't know why I'm getting this. You may have dreamed about a character that looks similar to this. Like, body is long, elongated, very extended, kind of all of this weird droopy face I'm getting. That's confirmation. Okay, we got Kiyohime, a monster, the obsession. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. We have another monster, the hunger. Bottom deck energy is Banshee, goddess, the heart. Okay, so this is happening now because your heart needs to be more open. And you may be getting into a place where you're finally about to tap into your Lilith energy. But here are the messages that I'm getting, because you got the warning, the obsession, the hunger, the heart, right? So for some of you, trigger warning. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Some of you, this may be about your eating habits. There may be an obsessive compulsiveness to the way you eat or the way that you deal with things, because we got hunger here, right? This could be confirmation that you need to do something different when it comes to like your eating habits, I'm hearing. But also I'm getting, there's definitely a warning coming for some of you. You have turned to certain things. It could be substances, in order to cope with the difficulties that you face or the mother wound that you are healing. Okay, I'm going to read all three of these from the book. First, and I talked about like hearing your mother's voice in your head. That's what this is reminding me of, right? It's putting you in a place where you're like in a cage and you can't get out. Let's get you some, hold on, let me find this in the book. We're going to find this one in the book. Okay. I'm not going to try to say this name. It says, this creature is a frightening sea creature from Inuit mythology. Her legend is used to warn children to stay away from thin ice, where she might kidnap them and drain them of their energy or kill them. You may be feeling stuck, like you have taken the wrong path, but you can't turn back. Or you could be in a situation you know deep down isn't aligned with you, but you're ignoring your intuition. This creature is a reminder that you should always listen to the voice inside you that tells you to trust what you already know to be true. Be your own guidepost. Act in alignment with your beliefs, values, and dreams. So we kind of talked about this, right? And I mentioned this in the beginning during the channel message. You may be hearing your mother's voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough, telling you that, you know, you'll never be more than what you are right now in this very moment. And your spirit guides are coming in to say, listen to the voice that's deeper inside of you, the voice where your mother cannot reach, right? There are places she cannot reach, places she cannot go, and your spirit guides are saying to tap into that version of you, tap deeper into yourself, because I'm hearing you're getting out of alignment, and I think that's why this warning is coming as well. You're getting out of alignment on what spirit wants for you and what spirit has for you, because you're not listening to the voice that's deep within you. You're listening to that mother trauma that's in you. Okay, and then we have this one, Monster the Obsession. It says, this creature is a young Japanese woman who falls in love with a handsome monk who promises to marry her but later rejects her. In her rage, she transforms into a giant serpent and kills him. You activate an anxious and avoidant attachment style. The more distant something or someone feels for you, the more you cling. Conversely, you could be distancing yourself from anyone who wants to get close to you. Core wounds, likely from childhood, are being reopened by your present circumstances. This is an opportunity for healing and transcendence. If you can find a way to process your pain and move forward and avoid fixating on loss and rejection, direct your energy to those who want to receive it openly. So for some of you, this is you have that, like it talks about an avoidant attachment style. And it could be that, let's say your mother left you a long time ago, or there was some instance of separation, and you feel like you want to attach and latch on to other people. For some of you, this is the mother wound that you're healing, that disassociation I'm hearing. You need to disassociate. You disassociate a lot, where you move in ways where you're almost like, either I can have it or I can't. Like it feels very extreme. Your energy feels very extreme. Instead of saying, okay, maybe this person is not the right person for me, or maybe this situation is not the right situation for me, you almost like, it's either all for me or it's none for me. There's no middle ground. There's almost like this obsessiveness. Yeah, because we got obsessive here. There's almost this obsessiveness about having that connection, and you may be putting yourself in danger to have this connection. You may be putting yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, I'm never going to find another partner, so I'm going to stick this one out, even though this relationship is horrible, and even though this person, I can feel that this person doesn't truly love me as I am. I'm still going to stick this situation out. And your spirit guides and that mother wound in you is coming through to say that you need to let go of the obsessiveness. I'm also hearing that your spirit guides are saying you need to deal with this. You need to heal this wound, because it can only make situations worse. They're not going to get better. And your spirit guides are coming through to say that you need to really think about what it is that you want. And I think is crazy that all of your cards outside of the bottom deck energy is talking about a monster. You may see yourself as a monster, and I want you to know that you are not. If you notice, and I'll read this one as well, but you'll notice in all these stories, a lot of these creatures, so to speak, had a humble beginning. It came from hurt, it came from pain, right? And I want you to know that the person you are is not because you're an evil person, but because sometimes people hurt you or put you in a situation where you completely lost who you were. Okay, some of you may love snakes and vampires, I'm hearing. Okay, so this particular creature, it says it's an all-devouring monster from Zulu mythology who swallows anything people, animals, and objects hold. You may feel a lack of satisfaction, like you are hungering for something more or something different. It may not be for lack of trying, but your efforts are not hitting the proverbial spot. Perhaps you need some self-indulgence right now. Are you denying yourself something you truly want or need? This creature inside you is asking to be fed. Operate from a perspective of abundance, not lack. So for some of you, I talked about also that maybe your parent, maybe your mother made you feel like you're not going to be anything. And it's almost like, instead of taking your time and understanding what is for you is for you, you're devouring anything and everything that comes into your life. And your spirit guides are coming through to say that you need to be more cautious about what you take in. You can feed, quote unquote, the monster inside, but feed it with love, right? So I'll give you an example of this. Let's say you're the type of person where you only eat junk food, right? Well, then your body is going to be a reflection of that, right? It's not going to be as healthy as it should be. It's not going to be as, active as it should be, right? Because of what you're putting in. Your ancestors are saying be more selective of what you're putting in your body. So this could be food, this could be conversation, this could be music. They're specifically talking about to quell your hunger, so to speak. Make sure that you are being more cautious about what you're putting in your body, your physical body as well as your spiritual body, okay? Because there's something about you needing to be like, there's nothing wrong with feeding the hunger in you, but make sure you're doing it in a way that is actually nourishment to your body, and not in a situation where you feel like you don't understand what you're actually doing, or like you are not really feeding you, but you're feeding the obsession, so to speak, okay? All right. And then your bottom deck energy is Banshee. So it says in Chinese mythology, Banshee is a 1,000-year-old white snake goddess. Oh, I didn't even realize that, because we talked about snake here. Okay. Is a white snake goddess, a deity who transforms herself into a young girl and falls in love with a mortal man. She bears him a son whose act of fidelity saves her from religious persecution at the hands of a fanatical monk. Family conflicts or romantic challenges with the ones you love most arise. You might be experiencing deep, all-consuming emotions of emotional overwhelm. Love is healing, but it can also feel frightening. A fear of losing control is holding you back. The Banshee calls calls on you to act out of love and honor to protect what matters most. You can overcome your fear. She reminds you that love is not only worth fighting for, it's worth living for. So for some of you, your issues with your mother, the mother wound could be bleeding into your relationship. It could be depicting how you love yourself, and how you see love as a whole. But I'm also hearing that for some of you, you are actually doing the work. Now, I want to highlight this. Some of you, you are doing the work already to heal this mother wound. And this is confirmation from Spirit to tell you to keep going. But don't let others, determination of who they think you are stop you from continuing to heal and continuing to make the situation within you better, because your heart is going to be more open and you'll be more willing to accept when the right person or right thing comes along, or like the right endeavor comes along. But you have to open your heart. Okay, let's get you. I'm going to pull from this deck. We'll get 2 cards from this deck. Spirit, can you get us 2 cards? Yeah, Lilith. And see, this is a whole different deck. And you see Lilith is at the bottom, the first woman. I'm the voice of my body and soul. I choose the light that I desire to live. For some of you, you've been asking to tap into your Lilith energy. It's almost like what some people call the dark feminine. And part of tapping into that Lilith energy is facing these quote unquote demons, right? Is facing the part of you that you see as the ugliest, but also the part that you haven't taken the time to heal. Okay, let's get you 2 cards. Spirit, can we get 2 cards, please, for the collective? Anything else about the mother wound? Okay, we have Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the light. Okay, but wow. Look at this. Lilith. You got Lilith again. This is the second, well, technically it's the 3rd time because it came out in the first deck. And then I just read it a few minutes ago. Lilith, the first woman. I'm the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life I desire to live. So let's talk about this a little bit. So for some of you, you are going to be the first person in your family to do certain things. So this could be, you're going to be the first person in your family to be a millionaire, the first person in your family to go to college, the first person in your family to own their own business. And you are a guiding light for those who are coming behind you. So for some of you, you may have been asking Spirit to help you heal generational curses. And part of that is you being a light, but it's also a part of you stepping into your Lilith energy, becoming the full version of yourself, the version that is not afraid to love, to be loved, to go for the things that you want, right? And you may not be specifically saying, hey, I'm asking or praying for the energy of Lilith, but what you are asking for is the energy of Lilith, the energy to step away, the energy to go out on your own, to do I'm hearing to do the unthinkable, do something that nobody in your family believed that could happen for somebody like them, that color, or whatever the case may be, right? You are a guiding light for those in your family, but this feels like to me, you are the guiding light for those people who are coming behind you. I'm also hearing for those of you who identify as female, you are helping to guide those women that are coming behind you. You're guiding them or giving them a way forward, right? And you may not even realize that you're doing it, but you're giving them a way forward. They see you as somebody who can really take things and transform them. You're an alchemist. You take the most hurtful things in your life and you transform them into something beautiful. You are a light to other people, even if you don't realize that you are, okay? For a lot of you, I'm hearing maybe do some research on Lilith, because I think that her energy and her story may be something that you need to hear right now. Because this is for the fact that I saw it at the bottom of another deck, and I think I showed it when I pulled this card here, for it to be at the bottom of that deck and then for it to come out as bottom deck energy here is to me, that's confirmation. Okay, let's get you 1 card in the bottom deck energy from this deck here. So this, I believe, yeah, this is the Goddess Power Oracle deck. Can we get 1 card, please, as well as bottom deck energy? Thank you. We have Gaia. Sorry. Maybe that's 2. We'll put them both out here. We have Gaia, Earth. And we have Anamosin, the past. I hope I'm saying that right. And bottom deck energy is Danu assurance. So here's what I'm getting with this, right? The fact that we have Gaia here, which gives me Mother Earth energy, this is just confirmation that what we're talking about, we're on the right path, right? We're on the right track in regards to like this Mother energy. For some of you, I'm hearing that you need to go back to the earth to heal. So if you are not a tree hugger, you might want to become one, because something about you going back to the land, you going to Mother Gaia, because I feel like she's calling out to you. She's calling out to you to come back to her so that she can heal the wounds within you. I'm also hearing for some of you, this may not be happening active in your life right now, but for some of you, this could be a past life. So the energy of a past life is coming through now, and you act or move as someone who has mother wounds. Even though in your mind you may say, my mother was perfect, there was nothing wrong with my mother. There's something here about your past coming back into the picture, and there needs to be healing here. I'm also hearing, because we talked about, healing generational curses. To me, this is like generational trauma that it feels like it stops with you, is what I'm getting. And I think that's why you have Goddess of Light here, because you are going to be the light in the dark place. You are going to be the person that helps guide not just those who are coming after you, but those who are before you. I'm also hearing there may be still loved ones of yours who are still alive, and you may be a light in dark places for them, right? And then your bottom deck energy was Danu assurance. Spirit is saying that we are giving you the assurance that everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be okay. Things will work themselves out. Also, they are highlighting that they understand that you are in the process now of healing this, right? You want to heal this. It's something you've been talking about. Maybe it's something you've been praying about. I'm also hearing the goddess moon. I do not know why I'm hearing that. I don't know if that's something you've been researching, but there's something here about the goddess moon. Something about her crown makes me think goddess moon. You may be of Celtic origins, or your ancestors may be Celtic, I'm hearing. Make sure you do some research into that as well. Your ancestors may also be of African descent, I'm hearing. So make sure you do some research into that. Or I'm also hearing Native American. Something about that feather is making me think of Native American ancestry. So make sure that you tap into that. There may be healing in knowing, because I'm hearing you need to know your past in order to move forward in your future. So for some of you, you need to go back to the past to figure out what happened, to understand the trauma so that you can heal it and move forward. Okay. Now let's get you some energy, some cards, around some signs that might be helping you. So like, like a Gemini or Aquarius, we're talking about astrological signs that may be helping you. And this may also be your sign as well. So this could just be confirmation of that. So let's get some cards. And it could be also planets that you're working with. I dropped a card. There we go. All right, so the first card is Scorpio. It says purification to resurrect the secrets of resulting from the power, or the power of. So some of you may be a Scorpio. There may be some secrets being revealed, and I think that's why Spirit wanted you to go back to the past to figure out what it is that happens so that you can heal it. For some of you, like I said, this is past wounds in your life actively that you need to heal. And then we have the second house. It says the second house talks about your beliefs, what you value, your resources. So for some of you, your resources or your money is tied to your mother wound, right? The trauma from your parents. So it could be that and like it talks about here your belief, right? We talked about how your parents or your mother could have said something to you that made you feel like you weren't loved, make you feel like you weren't cared for, or that you would never be anything. So because of that, you've limited yourself. And Spirit talk, you got a card here that talks about your belief. And your spirit guides are saying to change. There is a need to change your belief in yourself, because it is tied to your money. It is tied to how you bring bring in resources, how you get what you need, and also how to get what it is that you desire and that you want. So this is a part of you healing this mother wound is going to open up financial freedom for you. If that's something you've been looking for, Spirit is saying you opening and healing this wound is also how you are going to get to more financial stability. Okay. And then we have a snake here as well. So that's 3 times we done seen a snake. So snakes may be significant for you. You may be shedding old habits, and that may be why I keep getting this image of a snake, and we keep seeing it here as well. You need to shed and get rid of the things that no longer serve you, specifically this mother wound, so that you can move forward in a path that is more heightened and enlightened for you. Okay, so we're gonna get some cards here. Let's see if Spirit will give us any messages about some things. What are some things you can do to heal this mother wound? What are some actions that you can take? Spirit, what are some actions that the collective can take to heal the mother wound? Thank you. We have independence. It says manage money yourself. Independence guarantees security. So for some of you, you need to be more independent. Some of you may feel like you have this like codependency tendency to be around everybody, and Spirit is saying you need to be more independent. And then you have star power here, become an influencer of the company and earn fame and popularity. So to me, this is Spirit saying step out of your comfort zone, right? One of the ways to heal this mother room is to step out of your comfort zone, be more independent, take those risks, take chances on the things that you want to do in this life, because Spirit is saying star power is behind you. There is independence that's coming into your life. You don't have to be dependent on other people. You can do this by yourself. And for some of you, this is a path you are going to walk alone for a long time, where, let's say, like an example of this is if you're starting a business and your mother or your family are like, this will never get off the ground and blah 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 blah, and you may have to walk this path alone. But Spirit is saying, even though there is not a physical person there with you, Spirit will always be there with you, right? And Spirit is also talking about you have star power. Spirit is saying that whatever it is that you are trying to do, you are getting confirmation that it is a good thing to do. Even if you've been second guessing it and you've been wondering if you should or should not, Spirit is saying you absolutely should. And confirmation of this is your bottom deck energy, fruits of labor. So Spirit is saying the fruits of your labor is going to pay off. I'm also hearing that the work that you've been doing to heal the mother wound, that is going to pay off for you. It is going to open a lot of doors for you. It is going to open a lot of financial wealth for you. I don't even know if you realize it, but your progress and you moving forward financially and spiritually is tied to your mother wound. Okay. I'm going to pull you one card from the Divine Abundance deck and see what messages we get. And I just saw the clearing card as well. So that's what we talked about with the snake, right? You're shedding old energy so that you can bring in new, more calmer energy into your life. And for some of you, you're shedding people, you're shedding places, you're shedding relationships because you've been in those places because of the mother wound. Spirit, can we get one card, please? Yeah. We have companionship. It says giving someone your complete presence is an astounding gift. So I'm getting 2 things with this message. So for some of you, this is, and I mentioned that you may be leaving some things behind. You may be leaving people, places, things behind. So I think this is confirmation that you may be leaving a loved one behind because you're there because of, the mother wound or things that you are healing. I'm also hearing that Spirit is saying that companionship is coming in for you, but this is a very specific version of this. This feels more on a spiritual level. So you may have a mentor that may come into your life. You may and I'm hearing this, I don't know why I'm hearing to say this, but this new project that you want to do, you may cling on to this project. It may be like your version of companionship, and Spirit is saying that's okay. That's where you need to be right now. You need to be connected to the things that serve you. You need to be connected to the things that make you happy, okay? Bottom deck energy is signs. It says instincts are the message from the inner divine. So Spirit is saying that you've been seeing signs of this, and if you have not, you will be. Signs and confirmation will be coming in regards to, you know, knowing that you're on the right path, that the fruits of your labor are paying off. For some of you, this reading could actually be a sign for you that you are on the right path. The Spirit is saying signs and synchronicities will be coming to you very soon, to let you know that you're on the right path, to help you keep moving forward. For some of you, you may have, let's say you have a thought about doing something and then you see the number 222 or something like that. Those are the kind of signs that Spirit is saying that they're going to bring forth in your life. Okay. So collective, this is all of the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen all the way to the end. And I will see you next time in our next video. Bye.